Well, the Butler Bulldogs played at the St. John's Red Storm yesterday at Carnesecca Arena in New York. The Butler Bulldogs pulled out an 89-56 win. A little bit of a slow start right at the beginning, but then Butler eventually and quickly took over this game, went on a huge run, and because of that run, it pretty much just ended St. John's. They looked pretty hopeless after that big run by Butler. It was like a 20-point spurt or something like that. I can't remember now. But Butler really came out to play. They played hard. They attacked. They did not relent or let up or any of that stuff. They shot the ball really well, and their defense really came out and really made things difficult for St. John's, despite St. John's height and shot blocking ability. Butler was 31 of 65 for 47.7% shooting, and St. John's was 15 of 49 for 30.6%. Butler 12 of 25 from three-point range for 48%, and free throws not so good, 15 of 22 for 68.2%, but St. John's was 18 of 32 for 56.3%. Rebounds, Butler dominates this category 44-33, 10 offensive boards to their 7, had 22 assists to their 10, and 22 assists to our 14 turnovers. They had 21 turnovers, so the defense did a great job of forcing mistakes out of St. John's, not only just limiting their ability to hit shots, but also, like I said, with the turnovers. 14 steals by us, only 7 by them, but they had 7 blocked shots to our 4, and like I said, that's due to the height they have on that team. Points off turnovers, 32-21 Butler's favor. Points in the paint, 34-10 in Butler's favor. Fast break points, 14-2 in Butler's favor. Butler actually took a 41-point lead about halfway through the second half, but was able to put in the reserves, the bench, and let them play a bit. So they got some decent time. So guys like Stephen Bennett, Nate Fowler, Trey Pettis, they got several minutes to play in the game. Tyler Weidman shot the ball pretty well, 5 of 9 from the field, 11 points. He added 5 rebounds and 2 blocks. Keelan Martin, 18 points on 6 of 12 shooting. He was 2 of 4 from the three-point line. He added 5 rebounds. Andrew Stravis, bad shooting again, 1 of 4, 1 of 2 from the three-point line for 5 points. He added a couple of assists. Roosevelt Jones, 10 points on 5 of 9 shooting. He had Butler's first triple-double since the 80s, I believe it was, like in 32 years, I think I read. 10 points, but 14 rebounds and 10 assists. And then he had 2 steals to go along with it. And Kellen Dunham rounds out the starters with 9 points on 3 of 6 shooting. He was 2 of 4 behind the three-point line. He added 2 rebounds and 3 assists and a steal as well, even a block. So he did what he needed to do. He didn't need to be a big scorer in this game because everybody else was able to do that. So he played his role pretty well and, stayed out of the way for the most part when other guys getting going. Jordan Gathers came off the bench. He had 16 points on 5 of 11 shooting. He was 4 of 8 behind the three-point line. Tyler Lewis played in this game, coming back from that concussion. He missed like 3 games. He had 7 points on 2 of 5 shooting, 1 of 3 behind the three-point line. He added 5 assists and 4 steals. And Jackson Davis put in some minutes. He's like an energizer off the bench. He just, when he goes in, he may not be the best player on the floor, but he's going to put forth a whole heck of a lot of effort. He had 5 points on 2 of 5 shooting, and then he had 8 rebounds to go along with it, 2 offensive boards, so 2 steals as well. So just really impressed with this team in this game. However, the real story is that St. John's is now 0-11 in the Big East, and they've lost a bunch of games in a row. They're 7-17 overall. So you can't get too high on a win like this, even though it was on the road. St. John's just doesn't have it this year, and it's because of the coaching change and the lack of players returning from last year. So they basically just have, whatever they can get on that team for this year. So Butler's going to have to really play hard and not let this win get in their heads thinking that all games are going to be this easy, because they're not. Starting with Seton Hall on Wednesday night, we got to play at Seton Hall. We've got to get the job done. This is a team ranked in the top 50 in RPI, and we only have one of those wins so far. We're 1-5 against teams like that. The only win being against Purdue. So we must get a win at Seton Hall on Wednesday night. So hopefully we can get it done and get our season turned around and get us off the bubble and firmly into the NCAA tournament. I just want to get in, period. So hopefully we can do that. Anyway, Butler wins once again 89-56 over St. John's on the road. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a good one.